What up, Woodies? Welcome back to another episode of VaporWood. Kennard here, and today we are doing a hardware review. We are taking a look at the Alleria RTA by Augvape. Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of VaporWood. Thanks for tuning in. It's a pleasure to be with you, talking about the Alleria RTA by Augvape, the same people that made the Druid RDA that I did a review of a couple weeks back. But yeah guys, I have to say right off the bat, it's a pretty nice RTA. It is a top fill system, has adjustable juice flow control. It also has this clear chimney inside there where you can see your coils and see the wicking and see the vapor, which is pretty cool. Before we go up close, I'm going to talk a little bit about the liquid that I will be using today. And today's choice is Silk by a company called Redemption. This is pretty good. This is a strawberry milkshake, strawberry and cream. You know, that's right in my wheelhouse. I love that stuff. But yeah, a link to where you can find this e-liquid will be in the description down below, so definitely check that out. You can go pick up some of this Redemption. This is called Silk. But alright you guys, let's get right to it. Let's go down. Let's get up close. Let's get up in the guts of the Alleria RTA. Alright guys, here we are up close with the Alleria RTA by Augvape. Pretty standard plastic clamshell box. The back of it shows you all the parts and kind of how they fit together. And this also shows you spin the drip tip for your juice flow control. You get spare glass. You get your Allen key tool. You also get a spare inner glass. The chimney in this is a clear glass, so you can see your build and see your wicking, which I think is really awesome, guys. You also get a bag of extra O-rings and extra screws. And here it is, star of the show. This is the Alleria. Just going to run down the specs real quick. It is a 23mm diameter tank. It is made of 304 stainless steel. It has a peak insulator. It is a top fill system. It says it's compatible with 510 drip tips. Glass chimney, show your build, wick, and vapor. It has a 14mm velocity style deck. Juice flow control for vaping high VG juice. It is a 3 mil capacity tank. Okay, this is the first run version. I guess there is another run of these tanks that came out. The tanks themselves are black and they come with a Delrin drip tip. This one only comes with the stainless steel, as I have the first run version. Alright guys, checking out the bottom. Like I said, it is 23mm RTA. You do have a copper 510 connection with a peak insulator. As you can see, that 510 pin is pretty flush. Just a rule of thumb, guys, do not use tanks on hybrid mods. It is not recommended. Now we'll take a look at the side. As you can see, you got windows so you can see your juice, and that is Pyrex glass in there, surrounded by stainless steel. You have adjustable airflow at the bottom. You just spin this knurling to open your airflow, just like so. And it will stop once the airflow is all the way open. It can't go any further. And then you close it down, and it stops on the other side. It won't go any further. Here's your 510 drip tip. You can pull this out of here, but as you can see, the drip tip has those notches in it, and that's to turn the juice flow control. So with my version, like I said, there's a new run that says it's compatible with all 510 drip tips, so I'm not sure how that works. But with my version, this is the only drip tip you can use. You can open and close that juice flow. And there, I don't know if you can see, there you can kind of see the notches down in there. That's what those teeth fit into to open and close your juice flow. And it is a top fill system. You unscrew the top here. These threads aren't great, guys. They're okay. It takes me a little bit to get the top cap threaded on sometimes. Here are your fill holes. This is what you'll put your juice into. There was an O-ring on both sides, but when I stick a needle tip in here, the O-ring always came out. This is the side I fill on. So I ended up just taking it out and leaving it out, guys. It really just became an annoyance, so I just got rid of it. I haven't had any leaking problems, but just to let you know, there is an O-ring for each side. Alright, let's unscrew the bottom and the top. Okay, just to show you, the glass comes out really easy. It just slides out of this cage. This glass only goes in and out one way, so you slide out the glass. For cleaning, this thing, the whole thing comes apart for easy cleaning. And here's your chimney section. As you can see, it's a Pyrex glass chimney section, which is really nice. You can see your coils, you can see your wicking, you can see if you're getting any hot spots, you can see the vapor, which is cool. You see that's put on there with just one O-ring, just presses on. Real easy. Alright guys, and here is the deck. It is a 14mm velocity style deck. As you can see, the 2-post. Velocity style, not quite a velocity, but it is a 2-post deck. Has some nice big post holes in there. Let's get a better view. Got some pretty nice post holes in there. I haven't had any trouble fitting any builds in here. As you can see, this is a Clapton. This is a spaced Clapton coil. Yeah, as you can see, there's some pretty good sized post holes in there. I haven't had any trouble fitting Claptons or fused Claptons in here. You don't want to go 3mm diameter. You want to go about 2.4, maybe even 2mm diameter, because it is very small. And I have had the best luck with spaced coils in this RTA. As you see, you got your airflow there underneath your coils, and your juice channels in the corners there with that retaining ring. And it does use Allen head grub screws in the posts. Alright guys, here we are super up close on the Alleria deck. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I wick it. And of course, I've got my Texas Tough sub-ohm vape wick cotton. Check them out, ldvapegear.com, or you can check out the eBay store, stores.ebay.com/SharonSKR. A link will be in the description. Check out this Texas Tough, guys. It's good cotton. Alright guys, I have 2 pieces of Texas Tough cotton rolled up, ready to go. If you have not seen my original coil building video, in that video I show exactly what I do with the Texas Tough cotton, but basically I just put it in my hands and I roll my hands back and forth to roll it up. Not too tough, but if you want to check that out, check out the original coil building 101 video, the Triple B coil. I'll just go ahead and pinch and twist the end and feed it through the coil. Now you could actually trim this off and probably use this other end for the other side. So that's what we'll go ahead and do, because you got to trim them real short anyway. So we'll just trim a little bit for now. Trim some off of this side. Try to make sure you have sharp scissors, because it will pull your wicks through the coil. So now we just pinch and twist that small piece we had, feed that through the coil just like the first one. Now we're ready to really trim this and get it ready to go. What I like to do on each of these is I pull the tails out a little bit. I come in and I cut at an angle, kind of like this, just to thin it out and just to thin out this tail and put a little tip, like a pointed tip on the cotton. Just want to thin it out a little bit, because I will admit wicking this thing was a pain for me at first. I tried several different methods, couldn't get it. Finally now I pretty much got it. So we're going to trim these down some more. They need to be very short. Those are still too long. So this one does take some getting used to. So we'll go ahead, just like I said, come in at an angle just to make it tapered. Give it a little tail to tuck into those juice channels. Let me get my other scissors. And I'll just pull some of the little extra straggly stuff off of there. But now I got a nice angled piece, and I can work with that. We're going to trim that down. Basically what you want to do is pull these wicks down and cut it just below the top of that retainer ring. I'm just checking to see how long these are. This one could be trimmed just a little bit. We'll go ahead and trim that one just a smidgen. And it's going to be about like that, guys, really tiny. And you're just going to take a little screwdriver or a pick, whatever you have. I like to use just a little flathead screwdriver, and set these, tuck your wicks to those juice channels. But it's more about laying them on top of those juice flow channels, not really stuffing those channels full. I know, bear with me, this is difficult on camera, but I am going to show you one of these tails, I promise. And you want to make sure you keep, you don't want to get any cotton on your airflow holes. So what I do is I just kind of take my screwdriver and I sweep the cotton under and kind of just tuck it just a little bit into that channel. Making sure to keep any cotton off of that airflow hole. This one could still be trimmed just a little bit. When you're going for something like that, guys, you want that cotton just on the tops of those juice flow channels. Just tucked a little bit in there. Not very much. Alright guys, let's get some juice on it and get this cotton primed up. Today I will be using Silk by Redemption. It is a strawberry milkshake, strawberry ice cream. You know me, guys, strawberries and creams right in my wheelhouse, but it's very good. Silk by Redemption. Definitely check that out. There will be a link in the description down below where you can find some of this e-liquid if you want to try it out. It is very tasty. I highly recommend it. But I'm just getting my cotton wet here, getting it nice and saturated. I'm going to fire it a few times, and then we'll go ahead and put it all back together and vape on it, talk on it, and all that good stuff. I know I'm making a mess. This is a bit difficult to do on camera, but we're doing it. We're plodding along. Alright, got everything nice and saturated, nice and wet. Got my 521 tab by Geek Vape here. We're going to go ahead and fire this. Alrighty, let's put this thing back together. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put our glass in the sleeve here. Like I said, it only goes in one way. Glass in the sleeve, put the chimney inside there, screw her down. Like I said, these threads aren't the greatest, guys. They do take some work, and you don't want to cross thread anything. There we go. Tighten that down. Then go ahead and place the chimney over your deck. And tighten that down. Make sure you get the threads right. You don't, like I said, you don't want to cross thread anything. Tighten her down, tighten her down. She's nice and tight. Now we're ready to fill this tank. Make sure the airflow is closed. And then it works really well with needle tips. I'm probably going to make a mess with this dripper, but oh well, here we go. Oh no, not too bad. Your dripper fits right down in there. Oh, you also want to make sure that juice flow is closed when you are filling your tank. I do believe right now it is closed. I guess we'll see in a minute because it will be leaking everywhere. Alright, we pretty much got her full. We're going to screw our cap back on. Like I said, same thing with the threads. They're not the greatest, guys. Machining could be better on the threads. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and spin our drip tip to open the juice flow control. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but the glass piece will raise as I spin this. Yeah, you can't really see it, but I can see it. I open it, I don't know, I open it about halfway to get her started, and then open up my airflow control. We'll screw this on the device and back on out and talk on it, get the pros and cons, the final thoughts, and get on out of here, guys. Well, alright folks, there you have it. The up close, the ins and outs, the guts of the Alleria RTA by Augvape. It's a pretty sweet little RTA, folks. It's not without its problems, though, so let's get right to it. Let's hit those pros and cons. First pro. Alright guys, the first pro for me is that glass chimney inside there. I really like that. I think that's an awesome idea. You can see your coil. You can see if your juice is wicking or not. You can see maybe what pieces of your cotton are choked up. So I think that's a really nice, innovative feature. So that's definitely a pro in my book. Second pro is the flavor. This tank puts out great flavor, guys. Like I said, I have a spaced Clapton build in here, and it's putting out awesome flavor and some great cloud production, guys. Check it out. Not too shabby. First con. Alright, the first con for me, guys, is the top fill system. With the way the chimney attaches to the cap for the top fill, sometimes it's a real pain to get this cap off. And I have ended up unscrewing the chimney piece in there and getting juice everywhere, and it was a big mess. I recommend once you do get the two pieces separated, when you're putting your top cap on, just put it on until till it stops. Don't over tighten it or anything like that, or you're gonna have a real problem unscrewing this when you go to fill it the next time the tank is empty. So just enough. Just tighten it just enough, guys. But that is a con in my book. Second con, guys, is this drip tip tool for the juice flow control, which is, I mean, it's really cool that you can twist the drip tip for the juice flow control, but on my version anyway, it limits me to using this 510 drip tip, and I hate stainless steel drip tips. I would rather have a Delrin one. On their website, it does say that it has a Delrin drip tip, so they must have done another run of these, and I'm seeing pictures of ones that are black, and it also says that it's compatible with 510 drip tips. Now, as far as this one goes, you can put a 510 drip tip in here, but you still have to use this as a tool, so you get your juice flow where you wanted it, and then you could slap a 510 drip tip in there. So that's kind of my book. Alright guys, those are the pros and cons. Let's get them cheesy graphics out. It's time for them. Final thoughts on the Alleria RTA by Augvape. It's not too bad, guys. The wicking, I do want to mention, the wicking is really finicky. You can't have too little, you can't have too much. And I can't stress that enough, guys. It is definitely a science to this wicking, but once you get it, once you do get the wicking right and you figure it out, this thing vapes like a dream. It has great flavor, great cloud production, and seems to wick the max VG juices no problem. Let's have another vape. Alright, so price point. Alright guys, it looks like on 3fvape.com this tank is coming in at $32.99 with free shipping. So definitely check below for a link down in the description for that. It will be up on the screen as well. But for $32.99, this is a really good RTA, guys. I like the clear chimney. I like that I can see my coils. I can see the wicking happening right now. It has giant windows in it, so I can always see my juice level. And the airflow is more than sufficient. It has really nice whooshy airflow and great flavor. I'm definitely giving it 2 thumbs up, guys. The Alleria gets the 2 thumbs up. Like I said, it's not without its problems. So with that considered, I do think it is a great RTA. If you think that's something you can work with, definitely check it out. I don't think you will be disappointed at all. It's looking like 3F Vape has it, like I said, for $32.99. So definitely hop on over there, check that out, and pick up an Alleria RTA for yourself. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. Talking about this Alleria RTA by Augvape. Pretty damn good. You should definitely check it out. If you liked what you saw today, be sure to give the video a like or a thumbs up down below. Share it around on your favorite social media, whatever. Feel free to leave comments down below what you'd like to see, some different things you'd like to see me doing. I would definitely like to hear your input. I am thinking about making some changes to this channel, not necessarily to the content, but to the format and how I do things. So definitely down in the comments down below, let me hear some of your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, guys. And as always, guys, keep chasing those clouds, my friends. Live long and vapor.